it's gorgeous. Nobody's ever given me anything like this before. You sure you want to go through with this?
Good morning. Early bird. Boy.
Hi, I just came to give Lily a little present.
Present? Well, I love starting the day with a present. Let's see.
What do you think?
Does this mean what I think it means?
Ted and I are engaged.
Really?
Really?
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, here, breaking my back.
Sorry. Well, Ted, let me give you a kiss.
Oh,
That's for
okay.
all your future mother-in-law. Mwah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Lily.
Thank you, Lionel.
Well, we'll have to start making plans right away. I mean, it takes a lot of time to plan a wedding.
Actually, I don't think I want to wait too long. We'd like to get this marriage underway.
That much in love, are you?
We were about to head down to the Oasis. We're gonna have breakfast with my mom and make some plans.
Oh, terrific. Lionel and I will go with you. We'll go meet with Sophia and start making all the plans. I don't want to miss a single detail.
Yeah, what about CC?
What about him?
Well, his name has not been mentioned in connection with this nuptial shindig. Right?
That's because he will not have anything to do with it.
Sophia, we have to talk.
Oh, Cece, do you mind right now? I've got to get a little work done.
Forget about that. This is an emergency.
What, Cece? What is it?
We have to stop our son from making the biggest mistake of his life.
Please, don't go in there.
Why?
Dr. Gates isn't in there. He's with a patient.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just wait for him.
No. It's better that you wait out here.
Skyler, you in here?
What?
Jody.
Reese. Guess you're wondering what I'm doing here. Actually, I'm wondering the same thing myself. Well, okay, if we're going to meet Sophia for breakfast, we should get dressed. We should get going.
Okay.
Now, don't you dare leave without us.
We won't. Don't worry.
What? You don't seem to be too jazzed about all this.
I'm sorry, Ted. I feel a little strange about all this, you know?
How so?
I don't know. Exactly. This just isn't the way I thought I'd feel when I got engaged.
Well, you know me and you like me, right?
Of course I like you.
All right.
You're my best friend. I better like you.
Well, people have gotten married for a lot less than that.
I know. But... Ted, can you honestly sit there and tell me you're excited about marrying me?
Yes. I can't wait to see the look on Angela's face when I say, I, Ted, take you, Lily.
What about the look on my face, Ted? I'm the one you're going to be saddled with, for better or for worse.
Lily, I do not consider you a burden.
Well, thank you. That's a relief.
You know what I'm talking about.
Ted, there are a lot of things you don't know about me. I can get very moody and I can get very grumpy sometimes.
Good. So can I. Let's just hope that the two don't coincide, okay?
Listen to me. Are you sure that hurting Angela and Rafe is worth marrying somebody you don't love?
Ah, the lovebirds.
Hi. Are you ready to go?
Ah, my boy, you have lots to learn about your future mother-in-law. She takes at least an hour to become presentable, maybe 2.
Right. Well, I'd like to go down to the Oasis then and wait around with my mother for you.
That's a splendid idea.
Yeah, okay. Good. Lily. Hey, come here. All right? Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Yes?
have morning breath or something?
I wouldn't know. I'm not close enough to find out.
Well, what's wrong?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Let's get something perfectly clear. I will not. I repeat, I will not do anything to help you try to get Ted and Lily's marriage stopped.
Let me make something perfectly clear to you. Your son, my son, wants to marry Lily Blake. That's Gina's daughter. Think of the consequences. We could be the grandparents of children with Gina's genes. I'm not talking about denim either.
Oh, Cece, would you stop it? If Ted loves Lily,
That's
all
just it. He doesn't love her. He's just rebelling against me.
You have the most extraordinary ego.
Oh, God.
And here's a newsflash for you. You don't always know what's right for people. Case in point, you wanted to break up my relationship with Ken because you didn't think it was right for me. I needed Ken.
I'm sorry about that. I did it out of love and concern.
Love is a lousy excuse for hurting someone. Trying to bribe him to leave town, trying to talk me into the fact that there might be another woman in his life. It was inexcusable.
I'm extremely sorry for hurting you. And I learned something from that experience.
Did you?
Yes.
What?
Never butt into other people's affairs.
Well.
Unless it's an absolute emergency.
You're hopeless.
Look, don't you see that he was on the rebound? He was in love with Katrina. I mean, you got to admit that.
All right.
All right, so she left him. Ted went into a funk. I mean, he was lost. She didn't know what to do. Lily saw this, and she swooped right down on him. Now, come on, you gonna let her get away with that?
We cannot tell Ted how to feel about someone or who to feel something about. If he says that he is in love with Lily, I have to believe him.
All right. All I'm asking you to do is to find out if you think that marriage is the right thing for him to do. Okay, I will not say a word. I'll bow out and say nothing else after that, okay? Just find out.
But if I get any indication that he's in love with her, or he wants this marriage, I'm not going to do anything at all, no matter what you say.
You got a deal.
Okay.
Go back to your paper.
Now, wait a minute. I need a favor now.
What?
I want you to drop this silly threat of disinheriting Ted.
You spent the night here?
I guess so.
You guess so?
Oh, Reese, please. I've got stereo tom-toms pounding in my head as it is.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. In deference to your hangover, I'll ask this question very quietly. What are you doing here?
I'm thinking. I remember being in a nightclub or someplace, and someone was singing off-key.
That's wonderful. Where's Skylera?
I don't know that either. Oh, look, nothing happened between us, okay?
Really?
Really.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, you're sure of that. You don't even know how you got back here.
Mom. I know. What am I doing here?
What makes you think something's wrong?
Lily, come here.
What?
Come over here and look in the mirror. Now, you see that face? Now, does that look like the face of an excited bride-to-be to you?
Lionel, haven't you ever heard of pre-wedding jitters? It doesn't mean I'm not excited, though, see?
Oh, that's much better. You must be very much in love with Ted in order to rush this marriage so much.
I can't wait. Ted, I think, is a great guy, and I'm a very lucky girl to be getting him.
Oh. Now, what is it about him that you most love?
What kind of a question is that?
An honest one to anyone who was in love with someone else?
Well, there are all... You can't just narrow it down to one thing, Lionel. There are a lot of things that I love about him.
Great, name one.
Fine. He's kind, he's gentle, he's loyal.
And it sounded like you're describing a pet. I mean, what makes your skin tingle all over when you think of it? What makes your heart go flip-flop when he leaves the room? And makes you miss him until he comes back?
I think this is a little overboard even for you.
That's what love is for me.
Well, there are all different kinds of love, Lionel. I mean, you married Mom. It was a business arrangement, and it worked out fine.
Well, that may have been what it seemed, but I really loved your mother. I had a little trouble telling her because I didn't want to scare her off, and I know that she loved me, even though she couldn't admit it at first for her own crazy reason. But wait. We are changing the subject, aren't we? What is it that you love about Ted? No. Do you love Ted?
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm here looking for Gina. I've got the proofs for the ad campaign. She wanted to see them.
Oh. Yeah, she's in the next room changing. I'll get her for you.
Okay,
I ain't through with you yet.
So congratulations again, Lily.
Thanks, I think.
Who would have known I was doing you such a good favor by marrying Rafe, huh?
What?
It left you free to marry Ted Capwell. You're making out like a bandit, and we both know it, Lily.
Not anymore, Lisa. The war's over, all right? You and I have nothing left to fight over anymore, so what do you say we call a ceasefire?
I told you before, I don't mean it. It's just a threat to keep him from making the biggest mistake he could ever make.
Did you see the look on his face when you made that threat to him? He was devastated.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
What's the matter, you all right?
It's just a little headache.
It looks like a lot of pain. What do you want?
Well, I am in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain because I've had to sit here and listen to you pontificate for the last 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to talk to you, and you listen to me. I know my son. And if you continue to threaten him with this disinheritance, he's going to go exactly the opposite direction.
I know my son, too, and I know he needs a good boot in the pants once in a while.
Like his father.
Morning, Mrs. Mathis.
Good morning.
Father, we're gonna talk a little bit about the wedding plans. You can stick around if you'd like, but if not...
Not.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mrs. Mathis.
So why was he here? Wants you to convince me not to get married?
All right. I had a little too much to drink. I was overserved, okay? But I'm pretty proud of myself. Because as drunk as I was, I didn't have a single cigarette.
That's your mom, sweetie. A real paragon of virtue.
Yeah, well, I guess I deserve that.
Mom, how did you end up here?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I know that Skylera and I went to a club called Jazz, and we had a few drinks.
What?
I just remembered who it was that was singing. It was me.
You, tell me you didn't sing Melancholy Baby.
Oh, who knows?
Do you happen to remember what happened after your little sing-along?
There was a woman. I threw a drink on her.
What woman?
Micah's friend, Carla the Countess.
Carla, I've had the pleasure, if you want to call it that. Joe, what possessed you to throw a drink
I
in her face?
don't know, but I'm sure she deserved it.
That's
And then I must have, like, passed out.
nice, Joe. Real nice. Sweetie, Listen, why don't you, get ready? We're gonna have to leave for the courthouse pretty soon.
Okay. Mom, are you sure you're all right?
Yeah. Honey, don't worry about me. Where's Warren?
Oh, he's gonna meet us at court. He had some kind of emergency at the paper.
Maybe you, should get ready too, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just trying to figure out what happened exactly. Now I know what BJ feels like, not being able to remember anything.
Well, you know, you can control your memory lapses. She can't.
Now, I'm not comparing us, Reese. I'm commiserating here. I'm trying to remember. Skyler brought me back here. I know that. And then...
What? What happened? What do you remember?
Well, I wasn't aware that we were at war with each other.
Oh, Lisa, come off it. You've been holding a grudge against me ever since my faith healing days.
Well, that's ancient history now.
Well, that's not what you thought that night on the beach.
Okay, well, I don't want to kill you.
But you wouldn't object to a little maiming, would you?
Quit putting words in my mouth.
All right, fine. My own words, my own thoughts. I think that you got pregnant on purpose in order to trap Rafe. I don't think you ever loved him. I think you did it just to get back at me.
Really? Well, that's a lie. All right, I love Rafe, and I still do.
And the fact that I was in love with him had nothing to do with it.
No, it didn't.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter much now anyway, does it? Rafe's married to you. He's not in love with me anymore.
Yeah, it's too bad that you're still in love with him.
I am not.
Oh, yeah, right.
Lisa, you honestly think I'd be marrying Ted Capel if I were still in love with Rafe?
Well, you know, for your sake, I really hope not. Because my miscarriages brought Rafe and me closer. And he is finally over you. Despite our differences, I'd really hate to see you wasting your life pining over someone you'll never have.
Okay, all right, I can't be anything but honest with you. He wanted me to use my influence to stop your marrying Lily.
Yeah, and what did he offer you? My inheritance for standing firm on family values?
It doesn't matter. I told him I wouldn't do it.
Good. You see, that's where I get my spunk.
That's right, and don't you forget it.
I won't.
I hope he's not right. You're not going into this marriage as some sort of delayed act of rebellion, are you?
What?
Marriage. Marriage. It's all about love. Commitment. It's not about thumbing your nose at your dad. You love her, don't you? You love Lily.
So now I know how you felt when you first got engaged to Ken.
Touché. But you still, this is a big rush thing. I mean, you're all of a sudden deciding to marry her. You're running to the altar. What is it all about? I mean, is
She pregnant?
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
No.
Your father thinks she's after your money.
Well, he thought that about Ken, didn't he?
Yes, it made me very angry.
Yeah, me too. I know how you feel. Mom, Lily's not after my money. Gina Jean's is doing great, all right? And Lionel, he's made provisions for them, for her and Channing, in case something happens to him. And tried convincing Dad of that.
You and your dad have been at odds for a long time now, and he won't tell me why. Will you tell me?
I just don't like him preaching to me about relationships.
Why? Because of this relationship or whatever it is he's having with Angela?
Exactly. Look, Mom, the only reason that he is with her is because he can't have you.
No one likes to be lonely.
Well, I don't want you to defend Dad here, okay? You don't have to do that.
I'm not defending him. I don't care. I don't care who he's with. It's none of my business. Are they serious, do you think, at all?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that whenever I think about him, it turns in my stomach.
Why should this infatuation he's having with her be any different from any other infatuations
Mom, look,
he's
I
had.
thought we came here to talk about the wedding and not about Dad.
Well, we did. I just wanted
Okay,
to
great. I'm
find
just
out.
gonna go and I'm gonna talk to the chef, see if he wants to cater this shindig.
Okay, that's good. You do that and I'll wait here for Lily.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey. I love you.
I love you, too.
Well, stalk our son out of ruining his life? Sophia? Sophia? Sophia, you all right?
All right. So we're making a little progress here. You and Skyler came back here, and then...
We talked. You know what a chatterbox I become when I've had a few drinks.
Yeah, I know, Joe. Smart guy like Skyler must have been real impressed when you started babbling about nothing. Joe, you didn't start talking about sex.
Oh, Reese.
I know you. I know you. You're uninhibited about sex sober. 4 sheets to the wind, you're a wild woman. You came on to him, didn't you?
We talked. Nothing happened. He's celibate.
Celibate. He told you that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great line. Celibate. I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm celibate.
Look, it's the way he lives his life, okay, Reese?
You call that living?
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Well, what I don't understand is how two people who barely know each other can start talking about one's celibacy. Unless, of course, as I said, the subject of sex reared its head in the first place.
Like I said, we talked. Talked about a lot of things.
You were all over him, weren't you?
What do you care?
Well, we might be separated, but you're still my wife.
Like I said, all we did was talk.
Fine. I'll wait for you in the garden.
No, Reese. Wait. Don't leave me here like this. After last night, I have to have it. And you're the only one who can give it to me. Please.
Bottoms up.
Why does something that looks so bad work so well?
Just consider it a well-deserved punishment. Come on. Come on.
Oh! Ooh! Ooh, that's worse than usual. Is that possible? Ooh!
Yeah, Skyler didn't have everything that I usually put in it, so I substituted Tabasco for the lime juice.
Thank you.
Feel better? What? It's too much Tabasco?
I was just thinking about all those mornings you've made that for me before. We had some wild times, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. I mean, nobody can dance on a table quite like you, Joe.
Oh, come on. Not even Andy?
Don't start with me, okay?
Have you made her one of those hangover remedies yet?
I told you, Joe. Andy and I are just friends.
I know what you told me.
This is about Andy calling the other night, isn't it? She was in trouble, Joe. Trouble that landed her in the hospital.
So she really was a sick friend. Why didn't you tell me?
She asked me not to.
What happened?
I'm sorry, I promised her I wouldn't talk about it.
You always were loyal to the people you really cared about.
I'll be honest with you, Joe, I feel sorry for her. She's here all alone in Santa Barbara, and that's the reason I've been spending as much time with her as I have.
You're a good man, Reese. Here I was thinking the worst about you. I feel awful. And I'm sure I look even worse. There isn't a mascara that's been made yet that can stand up to my tears.
Well, hang in there because part 2 of the remedy is just about to start.
Oh, no, no.
Yes,
I hate
yes.
that even more than
No.
the drink. No, we're just going to skip that
No,
part
I
of it
think
this
you know the
time.
rules. Hands and knees, let's go. Come on.
Oh, Reese.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go. Up you go.
No.
There you go. Now twist it. There you go. How about this? This is about, you
No,
know.
no, no. Oh, no, don't do that.
Court is starting soon.
It's just the hangover remedy.
Lisa, I really appreciate your dedication to Gina Jeans, but I'm afraid I don't have time to look at these photo ads right now. We're going over to the Oasis to plan Lily's wedding.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm heading over there to meet Rafe. How about, you can look at him afterwards, maybe?
All right, if I get the chance. I'm sorry you're wasting the trip over here.
No, that's not a problem. I got a chance to congratulate Lily on her good fortune. I can only hope that she'll be as happy as Rafe and I are.
Ready? I have my car. I'll just meet you over there.
Oh, no, why don't you ride with us? I mean, we have so much to discuss. We have to call the society editors at both papers. We have to choose a florist. We have to find you the perfect dress. We have to find an engravers that'll do a rush job and get those invitations ready.
Mom!
Find a
Mom! I'm sorry, but we kind of need a guest list first, you know?
You're right. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so excited about the news. My head is swimming.
Well, towel off, honey, because we don't want to keep Ted and Sophia waiting over there.
Right. Lionel is right. I guess we should get going. I'm just so happy for you. I'm so excited. I think it's wonderful. My little girl getting married.
I'll meet you over there, okay?
Okay. Okay. My little girl's getting married. And not to just anyone.
You know.
No, she is marrying a well-bred, well-educated son of a millionaire.
Gina?
I guess my life as a mother is just about done. I mean, I've done my job, haven't I?
Gina.
What?
I know you want her to be happy, but I think you're kind of getting carried away here.
How can I help it? I mean, I'm just thrilled she's finally found a man that's worthy of her.
Oh, I know you do. I know you want what's best for her. But sometimes, I don't know, parents can try to live their life through their kids, and that doesn't work.
I'm not trying to do that, Lionel. I mean, it's different between fathers and sons. All that testosterone gets in the way, and it just muddles things.
Be that as it may, I think you may be trying to force her into something she doesn't want.
What do you mean doesn't want? Of course Lily wants it. She wouldn't be marrying Ted Capwell if she didn't want to. Come on.
Sophia. Sophia, please. Can I get some help?
Cece.
What the hell is going on with you? I thought you had a stroke. You okay?
It's nothing. It's all right. It's just, it's a headache. It's a real bad headache.
Let me call Dr. Nybert.
No. It's your fault. This tension between you and Ted. It's what's giving me a headache.
Tension doesn't make a person catatonic.
You're just making it worse. Would you stop it, please?
What the hell are you doing?
Well, once again, your hangover remedy worked. Thanks.
It's not a problem. I have to admit, you look a hell of a lot better than you did a few minutes ago. Can I ask you something? Why do you always wear those pants? I mean, haven't you had the same zipper problem since the first time you had them on?
Well, because you always said you liked the way they hugged my butt.
Let me have a look. I guess some things never change. Let me help you here.
Thanks.
Suck it in, come on. There.
Thanks. That's okay, Reese.
No, Joe, it's not okay.
Don't you miss us?
Of course I miss us. Hell, missing the sex alone's enough to drive me crazy.
I think the worst part is late at night. It's so quiet. I mean, you were always the loudest sleeper there was. All that snoring and babbling in your sleep out loud. Stealing the covers. It's a wonder I never died of pneumonia in all those years. I always thought that that would be the one great thing about sleeping alone. Would be the cover thing, you know. Being able to have them turned down neat and all, but I was wrong.
I sleep with my socks on now.
No, you don't.
I do.
No.
I do. I mean, your body temperature must be like 1,000 degrees. I'm freezing every night.
Every night?
Joe, I'm not sleeping with anybody.
Well, it's all right, you know. I mean, we are separated, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we are separated.
Sounds so permanent. So I guess this is the way it ends for us.
I don't know.
I just can't believe that I'll never kiss you again. Or hold you or sleep with you. I mean, no matter how bad it was between us in the past, we were always able to make love and make up and get through it all.
Joe, this is nice, but we really don't have time for this right now.
Well, when, Reese? And when?
When BJ's trial's over, when I have time to think, when I have time to breathe again. Come on, what do you say? Let's get BJ to court, huh?
Reese. I swear that I would never sleep with someone who wore socks to bed. I mean, I put that right up there with belching and scratching.
God, Joe, you know what I miss the most about us?
What?
The laughing. Come on, let's go.
Too much. I just want my headache to go away before Lily gets here.
Are those over-the-counter prescription? Let me see.
What
Let me see.
difference does it make? Would you leave me alone? All right. The doctor gave them to me for headaches.
Since when do you get headaches?
Everybody gets headaches.
People take aspirin for headaches. Nybert to prescribe something for you. Why? Does he know what's causing them?
You worry too much.
Then why didn't you tell me what he said?
Hi, excuse me. I just wanted to say thank you again for inviting Rafe and me to Ted's birthday party.
You're very welcome, Lisa. Very welcome.
Good. And I also wanted to ask, how's Mason taking the fact that he lost the election to Mrs. Capwell? I know how excited he was the night that he thought he'd won.
Like most men, when he doesn't get what he wants, he pouts.
Excuse us, Lisa. We've got a wedding to plan.
Sure. I was just on my way to call Rafe.
I don't want any part of this sham, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, Cece, can I have a word with you, please?
Just one.
Oh, good, you're back.
What are Dad and Gina talking about?
One guess. But I'm gonna go use the restroom because my little ears are starting to burn.
You know, Cece, I've seen you be small, I've seen you be petty, but this is downright microscopic. I mean, why take out your hostilities against me on Lily?
None of this has anything to do with you, Gina. Lily has made me dislike her all by herself.
Why don't you give her a break? Ted loves her. Why don't you try to?
Rafe was supposed to meet me here for brunch, but I called and told him not to come. Because the way that he and Lily make those goo-goo eyes at each other makes me ill. Come on, Rich, I'm not stupid. Of course I didn't tell him Lily was here. I said that I got caught up talking business with her mom. Oh, yes, Mommy's here. She's planning her little girl's wedding. You know, I still can't figure out how Lily got a rich guy like Ted to marry her. I mean, everyone knows she's still in love with Rafe. Like I said, I don't know how she did it. Heck, maybe Ted's stupid. But then again, maybe Lily used the old, uh-oh, I'm pregnant bit herself.
Looks like we're early. You know, we could go down to the cafeteria and get a bite to eat. You're gonna need your strength.
I'm fine. I meditated this morning.
It could be a long day.
I think I'll call Warren, see what's holding him up.
Just consider it in advance on your allowance.
Thanks, Dad.
I wonder if Julia's gonna put BJ on the stand today.
Oh, my God.
What is it?
Just remembered why I got so drunk last night. BJ remembered something else about the night Frank was killed.
I've got to go, okay? We'll talk later.
Rafe on his way, Lisa?
No, actually, we decided to meet at the Windsurfer. It's less crowded there.
Lisa?
Hi, Cece.
Checking the phones, the pocket change.
That's all you think I care about, isn't it? Money.
Tell me that's not the reason you're marrying Ted.
It isn't. But I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You're not getting a penny of his money. I'm going to see to that.
By disinheriting him.
Did they give you second thoughts?
About you.
About me?
Yes. Because Ted loves you a great deal, Cece. You have no idea how much you're hurting him by threatening to cut him off this way.
Not making you exactly dance for joy either, is it?
Cece, this isn't about money. It's about you not trusting Ted. It's about your lack of support whenever what he wants differs from what you want. You love him conditionally. It's just not right.
Either is marrying for money.
You know, I'd be more than happy to sign a prenuptial agreement if that's what you want me to do.
Really? In exchange for what?
Cece, I feel so sorry for you. Because you've been wheeling and dealing for so long that you don't know a gesture of good faith when you see one, and that's pretty sad.
I don't need your sympathy, Lily.
No, you don't, Cece. But whether you want to admit it or not, you do need your son. And you will lose him if you continue to jerk his chain like this. He loves you very much. But if you cut him out of your will, you may as well cut out his heart.
I'd like to talk to Dr. Nyber, please. This is C.C. Campbell. I'll hold.
Hey, CC, haven't seen you out at the club for a while.
I know. That's why I called. I thought that maybe you'd like to lose another game of golf to me.
Well, I got a couple of emergency surgeries scheduled for the morning, but what the heck? What time you want to tee off?
How about 9 o'clock? It'll give me time to check in on Sophia and see how that medicine you prescribed for her is doing.
Oh, medicine. I haven't seen Sophia as a patient in over a year.
Really? Well, she never thought much of you as a doctor anyway. You probably changed doctors. I'll see you in the morning.
So as the orchestra starts to play, we open up and we let 1,000 white doves fly into the air.
Orchestra?
Doves? Well, why not? What do you want, pigeons and a banjo player? Sophia, please, talk some sense into them. I'm not having any luck.
Well, what I was thinking...
Sophia?
Sophia?
What I was thinking was that probably a band would be more to their liking. BJ told Warren that she remembered having the gun in the shower back at the motel. So not only does it look like further proof that BJ did indeed have the gun, but it's going to sound to the jury like premeditation.
And it's going to look like she was trying to wipe her fingerprints and the gunpowder residue off the gun so nobody could link her to the murder.
I'm scared, Reese. I mean,
maybe BJ should say that she shot Frank even if she didn't.
Why?
Because at least then Julia would have something to fight with. Julia could say that BJ shot Frank because she was suffering from extreme emotional distress. I mean, sociopaths have gotten off scot-free with less reason than that.
Sammy has been abusive to Jeannie. He's a drug addict and obsessed with sex. But no matter what, Jeannie won't leave Sammy because she's obsessed with him. Women who won't leave their sexually obsessed husbands. Today at 2 on Jenny Jones.